What are some of the indicators that there is an issue with the septic system?
Absolutely. We talked about this briefly a little bit already, but like I mentioned earlier, the system itself should operate in a very normal fashion. There shouldn't really be any odors. There shouldn't be any strange sounds or vibrations or noises coming from those pumps. There shouldn't be any alarm or lights going off. If you see any of those things, it's indicating to you that there is a problem with the system. Commercial systems have multiple pumps at some point. And if you ignore problems and one pump isn't working, that means that another pump in there is doing double time. So it's trying to do double the work. What will happen in those cases is that pump is going to burn out faster, and that's going to be an expensive problem. So I always encourage people, the second you see something going wrong with your system, or you have a noise or an indicator or a light or an odor, give us a call to take a look at it, because the longer you let it go, the more problems you may face. Kind of much like the analogy we talked about earlier with servicing your car.
Yep.
The longer you let that service engine keep on, the more problems and the more expensive problems could be happening with it. So at first notice, it's important to give a service provider a call.
So basically, at the point when you realize you have a septic system because you're either smelling something or hearing something or seeing something that you shouldn't, that's pretty much an indicator that something's wrong.
Absolutely. And Francie, I touched a lot on our service contracts with our residential customers. But I did want to let you know, too, that those same service contracts are available and probably even more important for commercial customers. When you have a lot of people using that system, it's much more inclined to have problems. And so it's even more important for kind of routine service or another set of eyes to come out there and explore what's happening and what's wrong with the system.
So with the commercial customers, would you recommend service more than twice a year, or does that just kind of depend on the type of business that they are?
Absolutely. It depends on the type of business that they are, and it depends upon the type of system that they have. So for our commercial customers, what we always do is we come out, we do a free on-site estimate. We're going to talk you through the type of system that you have and the important things to consider. When you think about commercial systems in the area, they can range. They can be anything from a small business building to a medium-sized restaurant. With restaurants, you also have all of the grease traps and things of that nature that you have to consider as well, because there's a lot of things that are going down, drains, holding tanks, things of that nature that need to be assessed. You also have, commercial pump or lift stations associated with mobile home parks. So when you have a lot of people using a system, there's more chance that something can go wrong. And it's funny sometimes. I know our service crew always comments, because you never know what you're going to find down there. I think most people, especially if there's little ones in a household, there might be G.I. Joe dolls or something that are accidentally going down the toilet, and those could impact or potentially cause problems with your system. So you have to think about everything that's going down the toilet, everything that's going down the garbage disposal. All of those things can really complicate or cause problems with your system.